Good morning, children. So, our next topic in this chapter is self motivation. So, we know what is motivation, isn't it? So, we should motivate ourselves. Then only we can do our work properly. If we are disappointed, also, we have to motivate ourselves. So, in your childhood, you would have heard of the story of hare and tortoise, isn't it? So, you would have heard, and usually we talk about that story, isn't it? So who won that race in spite of being slow? Yes, we know the tortoise has won the race. So they knew the key to win was the tortoise never thought less of itself and stayed motivated even though it was lagging behind. But slowly and gradually, it crossed all hurdles and continued the race without being demotivated. So, even though hare runs faster than tortoise, tortoise had a will that it will win the race. So, that positive will led him to win the race. Also, the hare was overconfident that he runs faster. So, this overconfidence also created him to take rest and he fell asleep. And what happened? When he woke up, he saw that the tortoise was standing near the end point, finishing point. So, self motivation is simply the force within you that drives you to do things. So, self motivation is what pushes us to achieve our goals, feel happy, and improve our quality of life. In other words, it is our ability to do the things that need to be done without someone or something influencing us. So, here are some examples of self motivation. You can see two pictures. One picture is about Neha, who spends all her after school hours to practice more and more sample question papers. So, after school, she will practice sample question papers and she wants to do well in her exam so that she can get admission in her dream college in the city. The next example is Rekha. She gets up at 5 a.m. and goes for her dance classes. So then she comes home and finishes her homework before going to school. And she does this all by herself. And no one tells her to do it. That is without any compulsion. They are by with their own interest. That is due to self motivation. That is, you have to do your work yourself and no need of anyone to motivate you. So different peoples are motivated by different things and at different times in their lives. So there are different types of motivation. So let us see. First one is internal motivation or through love. Internal motivation. So we do things because they make us happy, healthy, and feel good. For example, when you perform on your annual day function and you learn something new, such as dancing, singing, etc., you feel good. Then, external motivation. That is, we do things because they give us respect, recognition, and appreciation. For example, Suresh participated in a 100-meter race and won a prize. So, this motivated him to go for practice every morning. So, internal motivation is through love, affection, like our internal feelings. So, internal motivation is a self motivation, and external motivation is through rewards. That's if I get a first prize, then I'll be motivated. Or when students perform good in class, teachers motivate them by giving them pencils or crayons or anything. Then they are motivated externally. If the student performs well and he himself decides without any motivation, if he himself decides to get more marks than what he has scored now, then it is internal motivation. That is, he himself is motivating him. Without any external motivation, the child itself is motivating. That is internal motivation. So, what are qualities of self motivated people? So, there are some typical behaviors seen in self motivated people, which are as given below. They are: know what they want from life, they know what they want from their life, they are focused, they are not distracted, that is, they have a focus that what all things should be achieved, and they know what is important, and they are dedicated to fulfill their dreams. So, qualities of self motivation people. So, what are the qualities? They know what they want from life, they are focused, know what is important, and are dedicated to fulfill their dreams. So, Mr. E. Sridharan, you would be knowing who the Metro Man. He is also called the Metro Man because he was the former managing director of Delhi Metro Rail Corporation and was a self-motivated and energetic person with his dedication and respect for others. So he motivated his team to work hard and achieve results. So Mahashay Dharmopal Gulati, the founder of Mahashian Dihati MDH Private Limited, started with a small shop in Karol Bagh, but with his focus, dedication, and clear ideas, MDH Spice Company became one of the most popular brands in India, besides having a good reputation all over the world. Then, building self motivation. So, how can we motivate ourselves? So, there are 4 steps for building self motivation, which are self confidence, communication, self motivation, or self esteem. It is self motivation. If you motivate yourself that you can do that, you can do that, then it will help you to complete your dream. Then, which of the following are types of motivation? So, what are the different types of motivation? Internal motivation and external motivation. Then, Ravi works hard to get the best student award at the end of the year. What type of motivation is this? Is Ravi is working for what? Get the best student award. So there, what is he working for? He is working for an award. So it is an external motivation because it is a reward, isn't it? He is not motivated by self. He is motivated from an external source, that is a reward. So it is an external motivation. Then next is self-regulation or goal setting. So goals and setting smart goals. So we know what is a goal. If you like cooking, your goal will be to become a chef. If you like maths, your goal will be to become a mathematician. Likewise, if you like cricket, your goal will be to become a cricketer, isn't it? So based on our interest, our goal depends on. So let us see what are goals and setting up a smart goal. So a man was traveling and stopped at an intersection. So he asked an elderly man, "Where does this road take me?" The elderly person asked, "Where do you want to go?" The man replied, "I don't know." The elderly people said, they take any road. What difference does it make how true is that? When we do not know where we are going, any road will take us there. So in life, we need to have a clear vision of what we will do and where we want to go. So goal setting is a very essential factor in your personal life. The process of goal setting in your life helps you decide on how to live your life, where you want to be, and how you want to be in the future. So all these things should be decided by you now itself. Okay, so today itself you should decide what you should become in the future. So what all things are to be prepared for it. Okay, so what is goal? They are a set of dreams with a deadline to get them. For example, saving pocket money to buy a favorite mobile phone by a particular date is a goal. Or goal setting. It is all about finding and listing your goals and then planning how to achieve them. That is goal setting. So goals allow you to separate out what important, and it helps you to focus on the end result instead of less important work. So this will make you successful in your career and personal life. So first step is find out your strength. That is, identify your likes and dislikes. Understand what makes you happy. For example, I love cooking. So what is my strength? The fund for cooking or the love for cooking is my strength. So next step is set and focus on your goals. So define the goal you want to achieve and focus all your energy to achieve your goal. That is, if you love cooking, then your goal can be, I want to become a chef. Okay, so you define the goal, what you want to be. I want to be a chef. The next step is develop a plan to achieve your goal. Plan and set timelines to achieve your goals. Plan a list of activities that you will do to achieve each goal. For example, after schooling, you may be required to appear for a competitive examination to join Hotel Management Institute. So prepare for that exam. So develop a plan to achieve your goals. Then stay loyal to your goals. Work towards achieving your goal even when you are facing difficult time. For example, even though I did not clear the hotel management entrance exam, I'll find out the other way to become a chef, or I'll write the exam the next time. Well prepared and write the exam the next time. So these are the 4 steps for building self motivation. So what are the 4 steps? Find out your strength, set and focus on your goals, develop a plan to achieve your goals, stay loyal to your goal. Then, what makes you complete work or studies without others cheering you? What makes you set a goal? So we can use SMART methods to set goals. So SMART methods stands for, that is S stands for specific, M for measurable, A for achievable, R for realistic, and T for time bound. So how to set a SMART goal? That is, first in SMART, what is S? S is specific. It should be a specific and clear goal, answers 6 questions. So what is involved in the, who is involved in the goal? So in your goal, who all are involved? So what I want to do, where do I start, and when do I start and finish? Which means, do I use, and why am I doing this? So if you answer these questions, your in the first step of your goal setting is completed. That is specific and clear for all these 6 questions. That is, who is involved in the goal, then what do you want to do, where do you start, when do I start and finish, which means do I use, why am I doing this? So not a specific goal, I would learn to speak English. So it is a specific goal, I would like learn to speak English. So this is your goal. So who is involved in that? You only. I would learn to speak English fluently by joining coaching classes after my school every day, and in 6 months I'll take part in the inter-school debate competition. So how a specific goal will look like? Specific goal should have specific points. Okay, so which is a not specific goal? You can see, I would learn to speak English. Then when is not specified. When will you learn? When you get the age of 60? No, it is not specific, isn't it? So such goals cannot be achieved if it is not specific. So how the specific goal looks like? It will look like, I would learn to speak English fluently by joining coaching classes after my school every day, and in 6 months I'll take part in inter-school debate competition. So for participating in inter-school debate competition, he has to learn English within 6 months. So this thing is specific. There are certain reasons for what the person is going for spoken English, but when it is not a specific goal, there is no reason, and they don't know for what purpose he has that goal, or how can he achieve that goal. Nothing is specified. Then measurable. A measurable goal answers the questions how much, how many, and how do I know that I have achieved results. So if you can answer the questions how much, how many, and how do I know that I have achieved the results, the measurable part of the SMART goal setting is also cleared. Let us see this again. Not measurable goal, that is, I want to be rich. Then measurable goal will have to answer the questions how and how much, how many, and how can I know. So how much? I want to have 5 times more money than what I have today. That is how much in my hand at the end of this year. This time is also specified. Then achievable. Breaking down big goals into smaller parts will make the goal achievable. That is bigger goal. I want to become a teacher in my school. Then breaking into smaller goals, that is complete the higher secondary, then complete graduation, complete B.Ed, then apply for jobs in the teaching field. That is achievable means breaking down our main goal into small goals. Then realistic. So a realistic goal would be something that we want to achieve and can work towards. Realistic means we can achieve that goal. It should be achievable. Want to achieve and can work towards. Example of unrealistic goal, I will read my entire year's syllabus in one day and get good marks. It cannot be achieved. Then realistic goal. I spend 3 hours every day of the year after school to revise my subjects to get good marks in the exams. I spent 3 hours every day of the year after school to revise my subjects to get good marks in the exams. So this is a realistic. It can be possible. In a year, 3 hours every day I spend for revising my subjects. Then time bound. In SMART goal, T stands for time bound. So a SMART goal should have a time frame by when the goal needs to be achieved. This encourages us to take action to completely fulfill the goal. So note a time bound goal. I want to lose 10 kg someday. It is a untime bound goal. Time bound goal example is I want to lose 10 kg in next 6 months. So it is a goal and a time is specified. Next is self regulation or time management. So time management and its importance. So in self regulation, the main important thing is the time management. Let us see one example. This Samir was a very lazy boy and always used to postpone things. That is, he will postpone to the next day. His father tried to make him understand the value of time. So Samir promised his father that he would never postpone his task. One day he won the first prize in a singing competition. He was asked to collect the prize the same day. So he didn't care and went to collect the prize the next day. But the prize was now useless for him as it was a ticket to a circus show for the previous day. That day, Samir learned an important lesson, the importance of doing things on time. So, time management is the ability to plan and control how you spend the hours of your day well and do all that you want to do. An example of good time management skills would be when you decide to finish your homework immediately after school so you have time to watch TV later in the evening. So when you go to home from your school, at that time, on just after reaching home itself, if you complete your homework, then you are free the rest of the time and you can utilize that time for watching TV or your other entertainment purpose. So example and non example of time management. So consider this. Samira is always punctual at school. She has a regular schedule and that she follows every day. So Samira is very punctual and she has a regular schedule that she follows every day. She plans for study and play time in advance. And here is another girl, Nisha, usually arrives late to work and she does not submit her assignments on time. She sometimes gets carried away in certain activities and forgets the main task in hand. So here are two children, one person doing everything is an example of time management and Nisha is an example of non-time management student. So time management is the thinking skill that helps you to complete task on time, make a daily timetable, make a good guess at how long it will take you to do something and submit homework and assignments on time. Then not waste time during the day. Wastage of time will be reduced. Then how can you manage your So first step to manage the time is organize. First step for managing time is organize. So we plan our day-to-day activities. We make a timetable that we follow. We keep our surroundings and study table clean and mess free. We put the things back where they belong, and it help us save time. If we keep everything in an order, we do not have to waste time for searching that. When we take a pen and place it in the same place, then we know where our pen is, or where we keep our books in the correct order. We do not waste time in searching for the books. So first step for time organization, time management is organize. Then the second step is to-do list. We make a to-do list that has all our activities and we rank them in the order of importance. So what all things are there for today, and we rank the first important thing in the first position and then in the order. For example, you may rank doing homework as the most important task. It helps us to get the most important task done first, and also to track what is pending. You can strike out what all things you have completed. You can use stickers and stick it on your table, and you can strike out what all things you have completed. Then step 3, control. We have a control over our activities and time. We should control our activities and time, and we avoid time wasters like chatting on the phone, surfing, gossip sites, etc., and focus on more important things. We should have control on ourselves, that is, we should not waste our time by chatting on the phone or surfing gossip sites. The next step is step track. So we identify a note where we have spent our time, and this will help us analyze if we have used our time effectively or not. It also helps us to identify time wasting activities. So after this, all the 4 steps are completed, you can track what all things you have how much time you have spent for each activity and where you have wasted your time, and you can find out the time wasting activity. Then tips for practicing the 4 steps for effective time management. That is, avoid delay or postponing any planned activity. Organize your room and school desk. Then develop a no disturbance zone where you can sit and complete important tasks. You can either choose it as your bedroom or your balcony where nobody will disturb you, and you can do your task where you can complete it without any disturbance. So use waiting time productively. So if you have to wait for something, you can use that waiting time for something productive. Then prepare a to-do list. What all things you have to do in this day, you have to create a list. Then prioritize. You can create which is the first higher priority task that you do first. The lower priority task you can leave it for last. Then replace useless activities with productive activities. Useless activities can be removed and you can do productive activities. Okay children, thank you. Today's class is over.